How's it going, everyone? I'm Contemtion. Today I'm going to do a short video, and honestly I just want to talk about gear and commanders before our season of conquest, Strife of the Eight. Obviously I'm very excited about it. I want to go over the gear I have and what gear I should get next, and I want your opinions, so please leave your opinions down below. I am definitely all ears. I don't know what the next best approach is for me. I'm going to quickly go over the commanders I have, what I'm thinking for field fighting, what I'm going to have for a 6th March. That's probably as far as I'll get in this season of Conquest before war. Hopefully a 6th March, or at least inside of war we'll have a 6th March. So stick around, take a look, let me know what you think, and here we go. Okay, so no secret, my favorite march is obviously going to be Naboo YSG, Guan and Alex. I've got Leonidas and Joan. I'll put a card up at the top. I do think that's an awesome set. They do fire off quickly. They've got AoE. Really good set of commanders. I've got Ramses and Mehmed with the Relic. Did awesome in Ark of Osiris. I've got Ark of Osiris again that I'll live stream this weekend. So I think that's going to be an awesome march in open field. We'll go over the equipment in a second. And then Richard and Ethelfled, both with relics. March speed is high. I have good gear on it. I don't need to put Windswept on to keep up with my other marches. So I think that's going to be a fun march in KVK. Not targeted, but it will do a lot of damage, a lot of debuffing. It's going to be fantastic. I think it'll be a really good march and people will ignore it, which is always a mistake. So let's take a look at the gear quickly. I don't need to touch Naboo. This is Naboo. Naboo's not changing. I think that is by far the best I'm going to be able to do. I'm not going to be able to specialize any legendary gear anytime soon. Guan is almost done. I am going to finish the chest piece very soon. I have it. I just don't have enough material to craft it. For a different accessory, it'll likely be Mora's Web, which I can buy as soon as KVK starts. As soon as the shop opens, I can buy it. It'll take me a little bit to craft, but it won't take too long. So then Guan will be done. Next, I'm trying to figure out what to do for my other infantry marches, because I will be working Charles Martel and Harold, and that will be something I sub in as a 6th March, or swap Leo and Joan, or Ramses if he's getting targeted too heavily. I'm going to play around with seeing who gets hit the most so that I can swap them out. Harold, again, is still a work in progress, and you can't see, I'll move. I've got 540 sculptures saved up. I will have enough before KVK starts, I have no doubt. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking for Leo and Charles Martel will swap gear depending on who I want out in open field. Leo has Joan, Charles has Harold. Now, I want it to be a tankier march, so I'm thinking of using the infantry set helmet, the infantry set gloves, because that's going to give me defense, the infantry set boots, because that's more defense, and then the infantry set weapon. I know that's attack, but that's going to get me 10% march speed because I'm going to have 4 pieces. Then I'm going to do Eternal Knights for the pants, which is 12% defense, or do I go 10.5% health and just keep Kerouacs on there, which is pretty decent. And then I will have the Hope Cloak from Guan. So that will pretty much be done. I don't want to change anything else. I might be able to, and I should be able to, once I have those set pieces, I'll be able to switch the wind scars. Because right now I struggle with Leo keeping up. Not much issues with that now that I've changed his talent tree, and I have other videos on that, as well as adding the wind scars, which is specialized. So I'm thinking I'll be able to swap that out. So I also have to work more accessories. Now, when you talk about a support march, obviously I want Mulan behind Leo. I think that would be probably better than Joan in most cases, as long as she's expertised. There she is. My Mulan is quite a ways away. That's what, 55 and 160, so 215. I think that's the right math. Before she's finished, that's quite a ways. I'm not going to have that for this KVK. Maybe if I get daily chests, I'll have it by next KVK, but I don't plan on buying those anytime soon, but we'll see what happens. So the goal would be to put Mulan behind Leonidas, but what if, and this is crazy, I've never seen anybody forge this accessory. Does anybody have any experience with Karak's war drums? Anybody watching this video, let me know, how often does it cast? I know it says 10% chance, but do you notice it quite often, or do you notice, it's really not casting as much as you want? Does it make an AoE field? Do you see it cast, or do you just have to look at reports afterwards and cross your fingers? I think something like this on a support commander like either Constantine or Mulan, or Constantine and Joan, or Leo Mulan, Leo or Joan, I think this might be beneficial. It's giving you rage and it's giving two nearby allies rage. I think for a murder ball, this could be really good. I think. Let me know what you think. For other accessories, I probably want another concealed dagger. I have one on Guan. Obviously, like I said, I want Moro's web on Guan. I think those two will be really deadly. Great against cavalry. I've got to focus on Nevsky out in open field, so I think both of those would be really good. I don't have any plans on doing Vengeance. It might be great to put that on Charles Herald, so who knows, maybe I will get this. There's a lot of different options and I'm not exactly sure how to go, but before I end this video, I will show you in here, because this is the best way to look at it. These are my field fighting marches right now. That will change. I will have Charles and Harold out there eventually, whether it's a 6th march because of Crystal Tech, or if I swap out Leo and Joan, or Ramses and Mehmed, depending on who's getting targeted the most in open field. Maybe even Naboo YSG. That might be targeted so heavily that I can't send them out in the field. T5's too heavy, or too hard to heal, costs way too much. So I'm going to definitely play around with what commanders I send out, but I need to try and figure out what gear I should be focusing on and what accessories I should be focusing on. And I think your input would be great. If I go into, is there anything else? I was looking, actually, you know what? I'll just go straight to the shop for this, because we might as well look at that. Obviously I'm not going to do the city skins anymore. I have Persian Dream. I'm just going to go with that. I don't have any cavalry marches. It makes perfect sense to use 3% defense and 3% healing speed. I already have France, but still, it's definitely going to help. I already have Ring of Doom. Greatest Glory, I don't plan on doing anytime soon. Horn of Fury, I already have. Concealed Dagger, I'm probably going to get another one, but through Holy Knight's Treasure. I'm not going to buy it from the Season of Conquest shop. Mora's Web, I'm definitely going to unlock. Vengeance might be a really good one with Charles and Harold, but let me know what you think on that. The other thing I've been looking at are these. Are these worth it? I don't think this is worth it for me right now. I don't think 25% attack when I'm trying to go for the 4-piece set, which I'm going to get March speed on. But there is, where is it here? Infantry defense plus 15%. That could be really good on one of my other infantry marches. I just don't know if the cost to forge them is worth it. And if you go in, it's very expensive, like probably the most expensive item you can forge. Where is it here? At least for helm wise, where was I? Right there. So 90 legendary material pieces. That's a lot. That's going to take a while to craft, but is it something I should do? I don't know. It's a little tricky. I definitely need to go back and forth and figure out what I'm going to do with these commanders and how I'm going to make them strongest out in the field. Ramses does have, I think this is a great set. I don't think I'm going to get much benefit from the full legendary set like Naboo has. Not enough to spend that much material for when I already have all of these specialized. Like, this is really, really decent. 10% archer defense just from the pants. Like the same thing for attack on the chest plate, 10% defense on that, 17% defense. Like, I don't think there's any, maybe the gloves aren't that great, but the boots are 7.5% health. That's fantastic. Obviously accessories could be better. Definitely want to work the accessories more, so I have more options there. But the other March, Richard, which you kind of saw, I wanted to change the stratagems. Don't think I really need that out in open field for murder balls. The 4% is not going to help too much. And then I think I'll keep all of the other stuff. I think the attack damage, because people aren't focusing on him, is really beneficial. I don't think there's many other options. Like, these are just going to be the same. No point in changing to any of those. So we'll keep Shios there. But let me know what you think. Thank you for checking out the video. Obviously I'm open to suggestions. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe my marches really need 2 of the same accessory, or maybe Kerouac's drums are really good, or maybe they're absolutely awful. Let me know what you think. Thank you for checking this out. Please do hit the like and subscribe. Until next time, have a good one, guys. Later.